Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining another session of Marketo training. Excuse me. Let's just give one more minute to everyone to join, and then we'll kick off. I hope everyone is able to hear me properly. Okay, so we are almost on time. So without wasting any more time, let's just dive in because we have a lot to cover today. So yeah, thanks again, everyone, for joining the third session of Marketo training. Today, let's take a look on the agenda, what we are going to cover. So today we are going to discuss about emails and landing pages. And along with landing pages, we will also cover web forms. So as I mentioned earlier, Marketo is a marketing automation platform that helps you, organize everything in a single platform, including all your emails, your landing pages, your web form, your database, everything, right? So let's take a look on that, how to set up emails in Marketo, how to set up landing pages in Marketo, how to set up, web forms, and then we will also dive into a little bit more in details around those things. So before we jump into creating an email, let's take a look on templates, right? So what is Marketo template? So Marketo template, why Marketo has templates, right? That would be one of the question, why we need templates to create emails in Marketo. So the short answer is that, in Marketo, if you see, there are people who are not really tech savvy. They don't really understand, the HTML and CSS part of it, and more on that. As if you have work on creating those HTML emails by yourself, it's not easy. It's not something like as easy as creating a web page for you. Every email client has its own issues with it, right? So one of the major things that you would see is that most of the time your emails are not rendered properly on Outlook, sometimes on Gmail. So someone who is actually working on HTML emails, that person has to ensure that the email is rendering properly on all the different clients, email clients, be it your desktop email client or online or mobile, right? So what happens here is Marketo provide you a functionality where you can get help from your developer, email developer specifically, to create a skeleton for you to create those emails. So you don't really have to code those HTML and CSS part of it. That person, the developer, will do that for you, and you can have that in Marketo. And then from there, you can keep using that structure to create your emails using email editor. So you can go there and just say, hey, I want to use this particular email template. And then you can start replacing all your content, all your images and everything, right? So from that perspective, it's really easy for anyone who is not really familiar with HTML to go and create emails in Marketo. So this is a really cool feature in my perspective, and is one of the great things that any marketing automation platform has done for you. So I'm going to give a quick overview for email template here. When you create an email template as a developer, if you are interested in that, what to expect, how to create that Marketo compatible email template. So in email template, there are containers. So containers is you can consider that as a big area within your email template. Within containers, you can have modules. So one email template can have multiple containers, and within a specific container, you can have multiple modules. Within modules, you have elements, and for elements, you can use variables and things like that, right? So containers, if I really talk about that, holds the module and control the specific module where a specific module will be added. We can have multiple containers with an email. Usually containers are specified in an email template using either table, tbody, or t-hat, tfoot, or td tag, right? And you have to use class mkto container there to instruct Marketo, hey, I'm creating a container within this HTML code, and it starts here, right? So within a container, you can only directly create modules. You can't directly create elements within a container, right? So now if you look at the modules are your templatized HTML sections defined on template level. I will show you some examples of it. End user can use these modules in email editor to create final emails. It's really a drag and drop feature. You can just drag a specific module in your email. You can duplicate that. You can create multiple copies of it. You can drag and drop it up and down. That means you can reposition that. So these are some features. And if you are a developer and you want to code an email template, so to create modules, you have to use class mkto module within your HTML template to say instruct Marketer, hey, this is my module there. Within like elements, these are editable sections within a module. So module again defines a solid structure, and within those modules you can have multiple elements, right? Element can be a rich text where you want to add some text and add color to it, or some other styling to it. You can do that. You can have images there. You can have snippets. You can have videos and many more. So I will be passing this PPT as well sometime with you guys. So there is a place on Marketo document where you can go and learn more about it. Let me just reference it here, right? So you can go to docs.marketo.com and then go to email like general, email editor, and email template syntax. You can read more about it like in detail if you really want to get into that here. Okay. So this is a quick overview of email template. I'm not actually going to cover like how to code HTML templates, but if I get really more interest into that, I can definitely dive into that as well. But for today, it's an overview of what are different things within a template, email template, right? So then within elements, as I was mentioning, you can have variables, right? Not just for elements, but for for your containers and for your modules as well. So usually variables, why we use variables is to define certain like background colors, or maybe the border of a specific section, or if you want to hide or show a specific thing within your email editor, you can use variables to define those. So you have to use define these variables in head section of your email template, right? There are different types of variable, as I was mentioning. You can define the string, list, number, color, boolean, HTML block, or image variables. Again, to learn more, you can actually refer to this particular Marketo document here. Why my okay. So let me just show you that very quickly. So within this, the same document that I was showing earlier, if you scroll down a little, you see this variable, right? And then you see string, how to define a variable. There is more detail on that, what kind of HTML template you have to use, like HTML tags. So it's basically meta tags that you have to use. This one, I'm not sure why this is coming up here, but you can ignore this one. You have to start from here, meta class, and here. Just skip this free part here. Right, so there are more details to it, how you can leverage that. So if you are really interested and wants to learn more, you can go ahead and try it out if you have access to Marketo instance. Okay, now, so before we dive into email editor, let me quickly walk you through and give you an example of an email template, where to create and how you can create that. So this is my Marketo screen. As I was explaining earlier during our first session, email templates needs to be created inside Design Studio. So I will either click on Design Studio menu option, or I can just click on this icon, Design Studio. If I go there, the first thing that I see is email templates, right? So what you can do is you can either directly right click on it and create a new template, give it a name, and it will be ready for you. Or just for this purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one example of the email template. So let me quickly preview this email here. So this is how this email templates look like. Let's very quickly dive into the HTML core of it. I'm sure there are people who doesn't really understand HTML, but I just wanted to show that very quickly. So since this is an approved email template, I have to click on create draft, and then it will open a new window here. Okay, so this is the HTML code. If you see, it's not easy to write this much HTML code for you, but your developers are very familiar with it, and they will be able to do it for you in time. So if you see within the head section, we have these meta tags. So all these are variables that we have defined. And then if you scroll down, there are so many variables within this. And if you keep going, if you see this one, let's take a look. Where is this is Marketo image. There must be a container somewhere. Yeah, so you will see, I'm not able to find that, but you will see, okay, here, if you see this one, class container, within container, you have class module, and within module, you have, different things here, right? And I just want to show you one example. Like within this class module, we have Marketo text. So this text is your element, right? So that's there. And if you really want to see like how we have defined these variables here, how we are going to use this within the to define the background for example, for this one, right? So I will go ahead and just search it. So if you see this, right, $sign, and then there are curly braces, and then this, variable ID, right? So this is the, syntax, how you have to use a variable inside HTML code to leverage that functionality. I will show you how these things will look like when you go ahead and start creating your own HTML email. So this is a quick overview, like what to expect from an email HTML email template. So once this is ready for you and it is approved, I will just go ahead and approve it. You can go to the email section here. So if I, instead of email template, I will go to emails, and I will just copy this email template name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this folder and say new email. So as soon as I do that, it will pop up a window for me to choose an email template. So before that, I have to just give it a name. So session 3 email test, and then in the description you can say this is test email, or whatever makes sense to you. It should be something that people can understand. And then there are some starter templates. These are actually from Marketo itself. So if you like any of these templates, you can go ahead and start using and building your emails from there. But if you really want to make sure your emails are following your brand guidelines and best practices, you have to ask your developer to create one for you. You can find those templates in my template section. So click on that. You will see all those templates here. And I will just choose this, search my template finder to find my template there. So my template name was advanced template. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to choose this one, and I will just hit create on the top right corner here. So as soon as I do that, it will open up a email editor for me. So here you see, you are not seeing that, really crazy HTML code here. It's very nice and clean email editor. And what you can do is you can, like if you want to edit this particular section, hover over it and double click on it. As soon as you do that, it will open up a WYSIWYG editor for you. You can edit anything here, say training session 3, for example, right? And click save. So it's really easy. You don't really have to go to HTML code to really update that, right? Similarly for image, if you want to update the image, you can just double click on it. It will open up the image editor. So either if you have uploaded your images in Marketo already, you can go to Design Studio. It will open up all the images that you see there. So I'm going to choose really nice picture from here and just click on swap. Right, it's showing me error. 1 second. Yeah. So if I go there and choose that image, it will show up here. Similarly, you can change anything here, right? At the same time, what if you want to change the color of this particular heading here, right? For that, you see there are some global variables. So remember, I was mentioning some variables. So these are the variables that we have defined on HTML level, right? If you want to change the color, you can go here and say, hey, I want to use maybe red here instead of this one. Just give it a second, right? So since this is a global variable, so we have two types of variable here in Marketo. So since this is a global variable, it is going to change the color for all the things within that template, right? So we don't want that. We will go back to the original color here. And instead, what I can do is I can just double click on this, go to WYSIWYG editor and choose color from here. I can choose that and click save, right? At the same time, there are other things like top space, bottom space, and space below title. So all these things are actually here, right? We have created these variables here. You don't really have to go into HTML code to manage the padding and everything. So if I adjust it to 50, let's say, and no 50, I think there is some validation in the background, so I can increase this to up to 30. So if I do that, you see it has increased the space at the top, right? So if you don't have it today, you can ask your developers to have something like this. It's really a time-saving thing for you guys, right? So everything can be managed here. Right now I'm looking at a specific module, but if you want to explore other modules, you can go to Modules tab, and here you will see all the modules that we have defined on template level. Now, what if you want to use a specific like a CTA here? So you can just simply select that and drag and drop on your email editor, right? You can drop it anywhere. Once it is dropped, it will take a moment to show that up here. See how easy it is, right? You don't really, again, need to worry about HTML code. You can manage everything like, since everything is defined on template level, all the variables, you can just simply go there, change the button color, whatever you want, and it will be all okay, right? So everything is there. You can change the button text from here. Instead of saying act now, maybe join now, right? So if I'm changing variable name here, like variable value here, it will automatically reflect on the email, right? So this is how you can leverage email templates to really fast track your email development cycle. So if you have a proper email design for you with all the variables, with all the possible modules, it's really easy for you to create email in a very short period of time, right? So this is about email editor, how to use modules that we have defined in email template. Right now, if you want to, let's say, if you want to reposition it, how to do it, right? So what you can do is you can click on this icon. Ideally, there should be a gear icon. I'm not sure why it is not showing up here, but you can click on that and move this up and down. So this complete module will move up and down. And if you want to duplicate it, you can click on duplicate. It will duplicate that particular section for you here. So yeah, that's there. Yeah, and if you want to delete a specific section, again, you can just click on delete, and it should delete that. It is taking a moment. I'm not sure why. Let me just refresh the window here very quickly. Right. So if I so you see there is a gear icon, right? If I click on delete, it will just delete this button altogether because we already have one, right? So I don't want to have duplicate buttons here. Okay, so that's about it. And then if you want to change the email headers, like, hey, instead of saying from Amit China, I want to say from marketing team or something, you can do that. You can also, change from address, reply to address, and here you can add your subject line, anything that you want. Let's say join this session, right? What if you want to use any tokens here? Tokens, like I will explain that as well in a bit. But if you want to include, like, personalize this email saying, hey, Amit, join this session, right? So I can what I can do is I can click on this double curly braces icon here. It says insert token. So if I click on that, and it will open up all the fields that we see in Marketo, whatever is there. So I can just say first name and choose that. So if I click on that, it will insert that token. I can just put it in front and say lead dot first name, join this session, right? So when marketers send these emails to you or your users, it will, on the go, it will translate this uh, token to the actual name of the person, whatever is there on that particular record. And it will, for me, for example, if I'm sending this email to myself, it will say, Amit, join this session. Right, so this is how you can use it. And you can also see an example here. We have also used first name in salutation. So it will say, hey, hello Amit, and then it will start from that paragraph, right? So this is how you can change your reply to from address. Everything can be tokenized and can be dynamic. You can leverage these marketer tokens to really personalize the email from here. Now, if we dive into a little bit more into email settings, so if you want to send operational emails, like your thank you, sorry emails, or autoresponder, so you can just click on this checkbox. It will become operational. So even though they are unsubscribed or marketing suspended in Marketo, this email will still be delivered to those people because this email is operational. This is for Marketo Sales Insight. If you are a Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamic customer, you must be using Marketo Sales Insights there. So if you want your sales team to use Marketo emails to send to their customers, we can publish these emails from Marketo to Sales Insight, and your sales team using through CRM, they will be able to send these emails to the users directly. If you want to say, hey, I don't want to send HTML email, just text email, click on that. Include web page, view as web page. Since you are from marketing side, I believe you have seen some examples where when we send email, you see one link at the top saying, hey, if you are having trouble looking at this email, view as this email as web page. Right? If there are some reasons you don't want open tracking of the email, you can disable that. you can enable pre-header. It's pre-header is something like along with subject line. If you look at your inbox right now, you will see another another text there along with the subject line. So that's again a best practice to really have a place for pre-header for your email. So along with subject line, if you have a really good pre-header, it will help you improving your your open rates. I did a blog post on it if you really want to learn about it. So you can go to the marketingautomationblog.com. There's a blog that I manage, and I did a blog post on this a few days back. I'm not sure. Let me just very quickly find that out. So looking for more email and see what are the benefits. You can go to this particular uh, blog post and learn more about snippet tags and how to utilize that. Which email platform supported? Everything is here. Some examples. Cool. So that's there, and then yeah. So this is email settings. That's there. If there are due to any reasons, if you want to really go into the HTML code of the email template, you can click on edit code. You will go there, and you can change anything if you want. But I do not really recommend that. If you are not a HTML developer, don't even think about going there, because if you are changing something, or if you even miss a closing tag here, you will really mess up with the whole email. So if you are doing this, be really mindful, and I would say don't even go there. Yeah, so that's there, and there are some email actions. Once you are done with your editing your email content, you can go to email actions and say approve and close. If you want to test it, you can click on send email, enter your email address here in the send to box, and click on send. Marketo will send you a test email, so it is really recommended to test the email before you send out to your real users. So you can do the testing through here. Then email settings, edit code, we have already covered it. If there is a use case where you want to download the HTML code, you can download that from here and pass it on to maybe your agency or maybe your third party who is helping you promoting some, let's say, a webinar or something. You can do that. So yeah, so it's about email editor. Please keep posting your questions in the Q&A section. At the end of the session, I will try to cover some of them, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so it's about email template and email editor, right? Let's see what else we have here. So we have covered all these things here. Let's take a look on landing page template overview, right? So another feature that I was explaining, that Marketo has capabilities to create landing page. So similar to email templates, Marketo also allows you to create email landing page templates. So again, you can have your HTML developer creating those templates for you, and then you can start leveraging those email templates. One thing to note is that unlike email editor, landing page editor doesn't allow you to drag and drop different modules. You can't really do that. So whatever are there in the HTML code, you have to use everything there. But there is some workaround if you really want to hide a specific section from that whole email landing page template. You can use variables to hide and show a specific section, but just keep in mind, you can't really duplicate a specific module within landing page template. You can't really reposition them as we were doing in email editor. I will show you a difference between these. You will see that. Right, so so majorly for a landing page template is just elements and variables. So elements, again, images, tags, Marketo assets, like a web form. You can ingest that as element, and then you can leverage variables to really define colors, your Boolean state, right? As I was showing, if you want to hide and show a specific section, you can use Boolean For that, your developer should be very familiar with that, or they can go to Marketo guide and learn more about it. So let me show you how a landing page editor, landing page template editor will look like, and how you can do that. So again, you have to go to Design Studio for landing pages template. So here you see landing page templates. What I'm going to do is, let me see if I have something here. We just close these. Not this one. Okay, let's take an example of this one here. Okay, so we have this landing page here, right? If you really want to see how the code looks like, you can click on Edit Draft, and you will see the actual code of it, right? It's similar to email template. If you see, we are using meta tags to really define all those variables, and within the body tag, you will see all these classes, MQTT tags, and everything to create those different elements. Now, what I will do is I will just go ahead and create a landing page using this landing page template. So for that, again, we are in Design Studio. I can go to the landing pages. I can expand that. And what I will do is I will just create a new landing page here. I will name it landing page session 3. And from the template, you can choose, just search for that template, click on just like that, right? And then click on create. So as soon as you click on create, it will open the landing page editor for you, right? So unlike email template editor, you only see elements and variables here, right? You don't see complete module structure where you can drag and drop different modules. That's not possible in landing page editor. So whatever structure is defined by your developer or your designer, that you will see everything here, right? So we have multiple elements, and then we have different elements here. And as I was explaining, like if you do not want to show this section 1, so we have these hide and show toggle buttons here. These are the Boolean variables in the background. So if I say hide, you see that is not visible here anymore. If you really don't want section 3, I can just click on hide section 3, and this section 3 will also be gone, right? So you don't see that here. So these are some features. There are some variables, like if you want to change this logo, you can just go there, hover over it, and double click on it. It will open the image chooser for you. You can just go there and select any specific logo. I will just choose this, and it will replace that automatically, right? If you want to edit the anything on this one, you can just change that and just click save, right? So again, it's really easy for you to just go there and just make changes, like textual or images changes on your landing page. If you want to insert form, we have a form editor, form element here. I can double click on it. It will open the pop-up for me to choose a form. I will just go ahead and just create choose a form here, and it will show up, right? So it's really easy. You don't really have to code the form or ask your developer to create a form for you in HTML and do all the HTML coding or JavaScript coding. Everything is here, right? So it's really easy. Once you have this skeleton ready, it's really easy for you to really go there and just create multiple copies of your landing pages. Suppose like similar to this Marketo training, suppose you are having multiple sessions of multiple sessions within a or maybe a series of events, and you really want to create multiple landing pages, right? What if landing pages templates were not there, right? or you don't really have a capability to create these simple web forms here, you would have to really go into HTML code to change everything. Here it's really easy to just keep cloning the landing pages and keep editing all the images and all the content here. It's really easy for you guys to go there and create it. Now you see the benefit of email templates and landing pages editor in Marketo. It's really efficient for your team to utilize these instead of waiting for your web develop team to really create a specific page or section for you on the website. If you want to really spin off a new landing page for any upcoming event or any upcoming white paper promotion, it's really easy for you to do that. What you need is just a couple of landing page templates to be created and ready for you to be used. Right. So this is how you can leverage email template and landing page editor. Now let's take a look on some of the landing page actions here. So definitely, first one is as soon as you are done with this and you want to just say, hey, this is approved from my end, you can click on approve and close, and it will approve and be ready for you to be used. Right. At the same time, what if you want to make some changes in the meta tag, right? Meta tags are really useful. Like, instead of saying landing page, like here you see this landing page template, right? This is the title that everyone sees on the browser. So what happens is if I go ahead and preview this, preview draft, you will see landing page as the title of this one. No, not here. Okay. So let me show you. Let me go back and approve this landing page once. As soon as you approve it, this link will become active for you. You can go to this link by clicking here. And here you see this title, right? It says landing page, which is not a really good thing, right? In the browser, it should reflect what it is about. So what I can do is I can, again, click on create draft, go to page actions, go to meta tags, and instead of saying just landing page, I can say our training session 3, for example. I click save and again approve and close. Go to our live page and refresh it. It has updated that, right? So it's as easy as this to update the title of this, right? I will again go to the draft mode. So here is that, and then there are some form settings. So this is for form prefill. We'll talk more about it when we are there. Yeah, so these are some major things that that you can do within the email landing page editor. Now let's go back and go to this landing page homepage, right? So here we see a few things, right? We see two options to preview, to unapprove, to create draft, and then we see this option to really to the link to this landing page here, right? And then there are a few other things like which template we are using. You will see some statics there, like how many are there. So if I just refresh it, we should see some views here. Yeah, it usually takes some time to show those up. And then if it is using some web form, you will see that which web form we are using. Are there any Facebook tags? Are there any redirect URL? Everything you will be able to see here. Now there are a few other things, right? So right now, if you see the URL is coming like LP session 3, which is not a really good name of this landing page, right? What if I want to change it? So to change it, you have to go to landing page actions here, and then go to URL tools, and then go to URL settings. Once you are there, you see this last part, LP session 3, right? This is what we were seeing in our live URL, right? LP session 3. So instead of LP session 3, what if I just want to say Marketo training session 3, right? So if I do that, and either you have two options now, you can either discard the existing URL, or you can keep both URL. So with that, Marketo will keep this one as well and redirect this old URL to the new one. So if I choose discard, it will not do anything. If anyone has the old URL and they goes to the old URL, they will get a 404 error. Whereas if you keep both, uh, and if someone hits the old URL, they will automatically redirects to Marketo training session 3 landing page URL, right? So if I just say discard and click save, I just want to show you guys, and then go to the live page and hit refresh again. It's going to a default page. Actually, we have some admin settings, so it is going to adobe.com website here, right? Whereas if you click on this new URL with that says Marketo training session 3, now you see it is coming to this URL, right? So this is how you can change the your landing page editor, landing page URL. Okay, so this is about landing page. I think we have covered most of it, like creating, how to create a landing page, how to edit element, variables, meta tags, landing page actions, customize URL, preview landing page, adding a form on the landing page. We have covered all of these things here. We have just 20 minutes left, so I will really quickly dive into the form editor, and I also want to be mindful to answer your questions that you are posting in Q&A section. So yeah, let's take a look quickly on web form editor, right? So again, web form is again a really great feature in Marketo, right? So suppose if Marketo was not giving you this option, so what happens there, right? So in that scenario, you have to ask your web team to really create that web form for you, add all those validations, and get the page ready for you, right? And then you have to use some connector or some sort of integration to push all those web form submissions from your CMS to Marketo, right? So that's not an effective solution to the problem, right? What if you really want to spin up something very quickly? It's not really easy for you to manage it, right? So Marketo has a solution to that problem. You can directly create web forms within Marketo. You can embed those web forms on Marketo landing pages as well as on your website. So even if you are using a CMS, managing all your web pages there, you can very simply embed Marketo web forms on your website, and whosoever is submitting the web form, they will automatically come as a record, as a lead or contact in Marketo database. So Marketo will automatically keep saving all those for you in Marketo database, and on top of it, you can create smart campaigns, as we were explaining earlier in the last session. You can create smart campaigns to really say, hey, if someone is filling out this particular form, send thank you email to this person, or sync this person to Salesforce, and maybe assign to a specific salesperson. So you can create all those automation using that. Now you see the power of marketing automation, and especially Marketo here, right? So let me go ahead and create show you how to create a form. So I will just go ahead and create a form in this testing folder. So I'm creating yeah. And here you have to give it a name. So test form, I'm just going to give that name here. You can give a description and click on create. As soon as you do it, it will open up a new tab for you. And at the same time, within this testing folder, I see this form created for me, right? Let's go back to the form editor. So this is the form editor. You see by default, Marketo has added these first name, last name, and email fields for you. If you want to add more fields, you can click on this plus icon here and search for any Marketo field that is there in the Marketo database, be it a standard field or custom field that you have created in your admin section. You can see all those fields here, right? So I will just go ahead and add company name here. I also want to add country, so I can simply just go ahead and do that, right? So you see how easy it is, right? Now, if you don't want, let's say, company name, for example, right? What you can do is you can select that field and click on this delete, option here. If you click on it, it's gone. It's really easy to add or remove fields on Marketo forms here, right? Now, again, this country field is open text, right? But you don't want to keep that open text. You want to, capture standardized values here. What you can do is for that, if you really want to show a pick list instead of open text, and you want user to select a specific value because you want to maintain your data inside Marketo, right? Data standardization in Marketo. So what you can do is you can select that field, and here within the field type, like these are the different field properties. You can change the label. Maybe you can just select your country. So as soon as you do that, you see it has reflected here. If you want to change the field type from text to a drop down, you can choose select instead of text here, right? And then here inside values here, right? So you can go and start adding some values like USA, India, UK, and let's say Australia, right? So you see two things here: display value and store value. I will explain that. So if you just added display value and click save, right? What happens is it will automatically copy all your display values to the store values. But let's say in case you want to differentiate this, right? Instead of saying USA, you want to say United States. What happens is in the background, like, to the user, it will show USA as the drop-down option. But in the back end, as soon as someone fill out the form, Marketo will save United States instead of USA there. Okay? So you can actually do that. And if you have a really big list of your pick list values, you can use advanced editor. So what you have to do is you have to just prepare a list of your display value and stored value with a pipe separated, right? You see there is a special character here, so you have to use that. If you do that, you can just copy paste the whole list, like that big list here, and click save. It will automatically accept it and translate that to the pick list values here, right? Right now, this is a single select field, right? You can just choose one. But what if you want users to select multiple? Maybe there is a scenario where instead of country, maybe you want to select, ask for product interest, right? So if people are interested in multiple product, you may want them to select multiple products, right? So you can just simply select this, select multiple sessions and multiple selections, and using these using your shift. If you use shift and click on multiple values, you will be able to select multiple values. And as soon as you submit the form, Marketo will store multiple values within the same field, but with a comma at the end. So let's say if I select USA and India, so it will store USA, comma India in the back end within the country field, right? So for country, it's not a really great example, but for, let's suppose it's a product interest, right? Or maybe the countries that you want to visit, for example, right? So it's really easy to change the look and feel and how you want to show these fields. let's say if you don't want first name and last name to come into separate lines, you want them to be there within the same line, you can just simply drag and drop that to the first name, and you can create this kind of thing there, like a 2-column structure, right? And you can simply drag and drop the this icon here to really adjust the width of your input sections. So all these things are really easy to adjust. So you don't really have to go there in HTML code and do it. So everything is here. You can look at these different properties and you can use those, right? If you want to make these required, you can click on required. So as soon as you do that, you see there is a red asterisk icon there, and it has Marketo has bolded out it, right? Now the font is bold here instead of simple font here. So yeah, these are some things here. Definitely there are more advanced features, but those are for some other next time, right? So I will go quickly on the form settings here. So here you can choose, themes. So Marketo provides some, options to select different themes. You can choose any of these. And then in the setting, if you want to change the, language, you have options to change the language. You can change the locale. So local, and the difference between language and local is that, Marketo will automatically translate the field labels for you, especially for standard fields only in specific languages. So it's kind of, they have pre-translated that. So if you want to change that to maybe French, you can do that. And then locale, if you have a specific field, let's say a date field, and you want to capture the date in a specific local format, you can use that here. Progressive profiling and these things are kind of an advanced feature in Marketo. We will cover these maybe later, and you can also go to Marketo official docs and read about it. But yeah, so these are some advanced settings for your forms. So once you are done, you can click on finish and approve, and your form is ready. Now, you have seen, like, if you are using a Marketo landing page, how you can ingest a form there. But what if you are using, you want to use this Marketo form on your website? Now, how to do it, right? So for that, it's really easy. All you have to do is you have to click on this embed code button here. Click on it. It will pop up a new window for you, and it will give you a quick JavaScript code here. So you can copy this JavaScript code from here, and you can pass this code to your web team, saying, "Hey, this is the Marketo web form code. Please add this to the place where we want to embed Marketo form." So it's really easy for them to just copy this and add it to the website. Now, if you want to make any changes after it went live, or you have passed this code to your web team, you can keep modifying or adjusting the form in the backend. All those changes will be automatically reflected in real time on the website. So you don't really have to provide any new code to your team. You don't have to do it. It's just one-time thing that you have to do. Once you have provided this code, you can keep making any modification in the form, right? But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that if you're making any changes in the form, those are reflecting on your website in real time, right? So ideally, if you want to make any changes once a form is live, recommended solution is to first go and make those changes by copying the form, make those changes there, test it out, and then go back and update the form accordingly. Okay, so this is a standard embed code, but if you want to show your form in a lightbox like this pop-up, so you can copy this lightbox code and provide that to your web team. So you can either use a standard form, which is kind of embedded within the within your landing page. If you want a pop-up form, you can use Slidebox for that. Yeah, so this is it. Let's take a look on form actions. There is nothing specific. You can just either clone it or you can click on preview uh, if you really want to see like how this form looks like. Finally, after you have done everything, you can come here and just take a look how it looks like, right? If you see, I selected that language to French, and it has automatically, translated all these to the French, right? And if you see this one, since it's a custom label, it's not a standard. That's why Marketo was not able to translate it. As I mentioned, Marketo will automatically translate only the standard labels or name of the fields, like first name, last name, email, company, country, phone, all that stuff. It will automatically translate for you. But if you have anything custom, you have to do it by yourself. Yeah, so that's about the form. Yeah, so I will pause here, and since we have just 5 minutes left, I will just go ahead quickly and just start taking a look on our questions here. Okay, so many questions here. Shiva asked, sometimes there is an option on the top of email, forward to a friend. How to do that in Marketo? Very good question. So Marketo actually has, some tokens. We will cover tokens in next session. I know I was supposed to, talk about those today, but given the time constraint, I think we need another session for that. But Marketo has some, tokens to do that. You can use system token for it to forward a friend, but I will cover that in more detail in our next session, and I will show you that there. Another question that I see here is, what is Facebook OG tags in Marketo landing page? Okay, so let's go back to Marketo landing page here. Sorry. I'll create draft. So you can define these OG tags here if you go to landing page actions and go to meta tags. You can define your OG tags here. So what are OG tags? OG tags are something that, if you want to share this landing page on your social media, let's say this one, right? So whenever you share something on your social media, be it LinkedIn or Facebook, it come up with the default image there, like a specific image according to the dimension of the post. If you are a social media expert, we need a different size of images for LinkedIn, for Twitter, for Facebook. You can define what you want to show after someone share this on the on the social media. So you can define that using OG tag here. What kind of title you want to show there. If there is any specific description that you want to show there, you can show all those. You can add those OG tags here. And whenever someone try to share that landing page on Facebook, it instead of selecting anything random from your landing page or showing your company logo or banner image, it will show that specific image that you have defined in the OG tag, the heading that you have defined in the OG tag, the description that you have defined in the OG tag. Everything you can manage through OG tags here. I hope this answers your question here. Okay, yeah, I think we don't have any more questions today. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, everyone. Look for another session invite. You will receive that by Monday. And at the same time, I know you have been requesting for these session recordings. So you must have received an email today with the link to the recording. So you have to just log into this Hubilo, platform and using your registered email address that you have used to register, and you should be able to watch the recording on demand. If you face any challenge accessing that, please feel free to reach out to me. So anyone who have registered, they should be able to now access the recording of these sessions. Okay, yeah, with that, I would say thank you so much for everyone, and see you again next Friday. Thank you. Bye.